It's a beautiful day out, so I thought I would get a little bit ahead of the game, and I guess redoing the shop and decorating the shop has put me in the mood to do a little bit at my house. So I just wanted to, and then I thought to myself, maybe I could share some of the tips I do. I make big, beautiful winter planters for my house that go on the pillars on either side of our driveway, and then I do a couple up by the house, and I thought I'd give you a couple tips on how we do it. I always like to start with something that gives you the height, and I had some these birch logs. Actually, this would be like the third year that I'll be using them. So if you can find them someplace, obviously if you look, I live in the middle of the woods, and so I have no trouble finding them. So maybe you have a friend or something that has some property that you could just take and cut some. And then if you'll look at what I did, I drilled holes to secure these. And this is actually like a sand gravel mix in here because I need the weight. A lot of people, pea gravel is also good to use. I'll show you one of my pots that was planted with plants for the summer that I'm going to do too. So I've made wire from this set of holes to this set of holes to secure these in the middle. And then the key is, my trick is chicken wire. So you buy the rolls of chicken wire at any hardware store, Menards, any place, and then you just bundle it. There's no rhyme or reason. And this is why you need that extra room in the pot. I only wanted about half full because you're going to stuff the chicken wire. And the chicken wire is also going to help hold these logs where I want them to be. So I'm unwrapping and bundling this side. And I am just stuffing it in there. The wire, having this wire also, if I can get the chicken wire under it, will help no matter how strong the wind is to keep that chicken wire in place. So this is one that's done. So I sort of want to do this one similar. So what I did was I took a piece of wire and I secured it to my wire going across. And I'm just going to wire a birch log going across in place. And secure that. And again, during the winter, and you get tons of high wind, if you live someplace windy, so you want these secured really good. And the chicken wire, you know how windy it gets at the store, we actually use the chicken wire in our cement pots out front for the greens at the store. So I like to get a lot of different textures and a lot of different varieties. So I buy from, and I always say their name wrong, Van Outen.
Van Outen.
It's way out center, but you can buy the bundles. But you can buy bundles of the greens. They have them on now already. And you see I have the cedar, sort of a long balsam, and your regular short pine. So you're getting a lot of texture, even a little variation in the colors. So once I have my base in place, I have my chicken wire in place, it's time to green it up. And you do that just by taking these, and these can be trimmed. You got wire cutters just to trim them if they're too long. You stick them right down in there, right into that chicken wire, so they're good and secure, and they're not going anywhere, no matter how windy it gets. And I start, and I just keep going around adding green. Again, you don't want all of one kind of green on one side or whatever. You want to spread them out so they're balanced. Sort of one thing that is in design work, you sort of do an odd number. So if you notice, I have 3 birch logs. I have 3 red flowers. It's 3, 5. It's always sort of looks better when you have the variety. So you'll get the idea as I go around and add the greens. Make sure they're worked down into that chicken wire. I like to do the cedar last. And a lot of times at the end, I'll go around and look and see if I have any holes or bare spots that needs more greens. Now you notice because I'm leaving room for my big bow. This is mesh that we sold. These have actually gone through all last winter, and I just packed them away and I'm using them this winter. And I just took the wire, made the bow, and then wired it right to a spruce stick. That will get worked right down in here. And you want to work one thing that the wind might take off. And also then for some height, I'm going to grab some birch branches. And that will give me some height. And you just play around with it. And there's one thing that if you Google or go on Pinterest and you do Christmas planters, you're going to find tons of ideas that you can copy, tons of beautiful planters. And just so that you know, I like to look at that one and follow along. Now, a couple other things that I like to do. Let me tell you about outdoor berries. These are pretty pricey, but they are a berry that's made for outdoors. If you don't get a berry that's made for outdoors, if you just get one of those red berries that you buy, they have a foam filling inside, and the first rain, that foam inside is gonna get wet and swell and then crack open, and they won't be any good. You need a berry or a bush that is actually all plastic. It's made, and like again, I used these last year, I'll use them this year, I'll use them again. And so I always then, one thing that you can do is I got some big amaryllis that, again, they look great, and this is their second year. So again, pack your items away and you'll be able to reuse them. One thing also is I add some big pine cones, and these I had picked up at a flea market. They're gorgeous. And again, I just wired them onto a stick, and I work that stick right down into the chicken wire. And then, again, like I say, most of the time we do this, we do in threes. So I will work this one in so it goes lower. One thing you can do also is, you know, the dollar store makes those great big balls, but you just take and thread a thing tied onto a stick, and you can put gathering of Christmas balls in. But the tips that I wanted to show you was, number one, the chicken wire. It's just works better than anything. This right here, I also wanted to show you. This was a planter I had up between my garage doors, and it was actually planted. So I took the frost killed the plants, pulled the plants off, got rid of the dirt to about halfway, These logs I can shove right down into the dirt to hold them, so I don't have to do what I did then and wire them. The dirt's nice and soft, and I can shove them right down in there. And I can probably do that a lot with my greens, to shove them right down the dirt, although I will put a little chicken wire in here to make this one. So that's just it. I just wanted to give you, here's the finished front, and just wanted to give you a couple tips on how I do it. And I mean, what by your door, between your garage doors, by your driveway, what a greeting, holiday greeting for your house. We have the flame solar lanterns that came in, and the one I do that's by my front porch, I put that in it, and that's really, and then it comes on by itself, and it's gorgeous. So happy decorating. Take advantage of this nice warm weather this weekend, and I know we'll be early getting it done, but you won't be out there when it's 30 degrees getting it done. So thanks. Remember our open house coming up, so come and see all our decor and what we've done. Okay, thank you.